Listen again. Good morning, everybody. Welcome to our first training in a super duper long time. I am very excited you all joined on such short notice. I am going to have a regular cadence of training. Those of you who have been on the team for a long time, sorry, I'm going to keep admitting people. Those of you who have been on the team for a long time know that we used to have Della weekly trainings for me and all of you, the people on our team, so that you didn't have to go watch 8 million different people. You didn't have to keep up with 8 million different chats and threads. And at the time, I was full time with Pella. I've now been 3 weeks, 100% Tranont, and I am able to. So if you're not muted, please mute yourself because I already heard someone. So we will get a cadence. I'm just going to figure out what that looks like for everybody. And so the first note I want you all to take today is I would like to know what topics you want to learn about. And you're not going to do that in the Della chat. We're not going to do that because it'll make that chat where people will lose it in the thread. The Della chat, everybody, is not the place for questions. The Della chat is where I'm going to announce training. I'm going to announce some announcement maybe with Bell MD or a new product or an ingredient or whatever. It's purely for information for you guys. It is not the place for questions. A perfect place for questions, perfect, is you will see every Sunday night in the Della chat, Sonara will put the weekly work sessions for the whole week. A work session, for those of you who do not know what it is an associate from either our team or we're all under Sonara. Hold on, I gotta let in someone. A weekly work session could be someone from Tina Joy Carroll, who is a red diamond way high up, someone for her from her team's doing it. We are all working together. It doesn't matter if we're under Sonara. It doesn't matter if we're under Tina Joy Carroll, Mindy Diebel. Well, we're all under Mindy and Jen Dowd, but we're collaborating so you don't have a gazillion places to have to go. And a work session starts as early as I believe 5:30 in the morning. The reason I can say I believe is I'm still in REM and I will never be at the 5:30 session. But it goes as late as 10 p.m. depending where you live. And it's every day. There's everything. Okay. So that is posted every Sunday in the Della chat. So you don't have to go search where it is. Okay. The other thing I want you to write down right now is there are 3 groups I want you to be part of. It doesn't mean, before I tell you the 3 groups, it doesn't mean I'm saying now you got to go study that Facebook group and get down a rabbit hole. Okay? The reason I'm right now, if you haven't joined these groups, asking you to join these groups is when you see me post it on the Della chat that there is a training that I want you to see. For example, in the results room, you won't be able to see that training unless you are a member of this Facebook group. Does that make sense? I'm not asking you to spend 2 hours on, for example, legacy makers. I'm asking you to join, so that is one of them, the Facebook group called the Legacy Makers. Okay. Because that is the group under Tina Joy Carroll. Tina Joy Carroll, for those of you don't know, is a red diamond, and I shall very soon, I just know it, especially with Bell MD, become our next blue diamond. She is incredible. I have been exposed in 13 years of Pella Windows, which is a $9 billion company, to amazing trainings. I've never had training like Tina Joy Carroll. Okay. So when I put that there, you won't see her training unless you've joined the group. The other group you're going to join, Facebook group, if you haven't already, is the Power Players. Okay. The Power Players Facebook group. Now, the Power Players Facebook group is Jen Dowd and Mindy Diebel. They literally are the top of our org chart. They were the first two 13 and a half years ago that Craig Cotter, our vice president of sales in Tranont, brought to Tranont. Okay. So they are above every single person in the whole company. Anybody that joins, whether you're under Bree Richardson, who's a blue diamond, it doesn't matter. They're the sperm and the ovary that became Tranont. That is the power players. Now, you're not going to be able to join right away because they are in Facebook jail. Facebook jail, what does that mean? That is when you do something and you post something that Meta doesn't like. It has nothing to do with Tranont. Any of us, if we weren't in Tranont, if we post something they don't like, and they're all bots, it's not like they have humans monitoring this. If there's something they don't like, depending whatever it is, they will cut you off immediately. It will be for as little, and it doesn't feel little, as 30 days. It could be 6 months. It could be you are absolutely out permanently. That's how big of a deal it is. Okay. And so when I post on the Della Diamonds something, for example, watch the results room because it talks about social media do's and don'ts. It's to protect you so that you don't lose all of this, okay? Well, Jen Dowd did one thing. She wrote peptides on her Facebook Messenger. It wasn't even her Facebook group out. So I do know Jen Dowd and Tranont are hiring attorneys to try to get power players back up as fast as possible because that's our lifeline. That's our great, 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 great grandma. Okay. So the other one, last but not least, would be Diamond League. Diamond League. Facebook. Oops. Uh, Dawn Swanson, I will get to your I'm not doing questions right now. I will get to questions. Right now, we're just laying the groundwork for our brand new trainings. Okay, so I'm going to be talking and you guys are going to take notes and hopefully you don't hate my voice too long. It is irritating. It's the only one God gave me. Back off. Okay, so those are our three places. Okay, now I want you all to share feedback with me via preferably text. If you do not have my cell number, write it down. It is 262-443-2168. If we have never texted before, please give me your first and last name so I can put you in my contacts. Okay. And what I want when I ask for feedback, there's going to be three things. A, what training do you need? We are all at different levels. We all have a different person that brought us into Tranont. We all have a different person that brought maybe other team members. You may not get along with them, right? We're all different personalities. Did you love every teacher in school? Did you love every boss you had? You may not like who brought you in at the end of the day. It's okay. You may not like me. You may not like the leader above your person. It's okay. You may not be getting what you need from somebody. And you're like, you know what? I came into this company because I wanted to earn $5,000 a month and I haven't even earned 50 because nobody taught me. I bet some of you feel like that. I know some of you feel like that because you've reached out to me. Okay. I want to know that, but I want it in a private text. I don't want the world knowing that. Okay. I want to know questions you have because based on your questions, that might be something we have to go over in training as a group. Some of your questions, hear my heart right now. Gina, can you teach me about Enrich? No. Do you all think with 3,000 people I have the bandwidth to teach you about Enrich? Of course not, right? We have a website that I can tell you I have numerous people on our team, whether I recruited them or some of you 3,000 have recruited, they are medical doctors. I will tell you the number one piece of feedback I get from the nurses and the doctors are this is one of the best websites they've ever seen, ever. And so let me write website because that's one of the things I'm going to show you on training today. Okay. So no, Gina's not going to teach you about Enrich. Gina's going to answer questions that are revenue generating. But if it's something you could learn yourself, I had to learn all the products by studying and clicking on the picture. Or quite honestly, I have Jarvis, I have Missy Corona, I have Lisa Shimon. They're all part of our team. So part of our trainings you're going to want to be on is going to be very great training from these people that are amazing at learn about our products. Okay. And there's going to be other people that know our products inside and out. So there will be legit trainings, but I'm not going to answer a text on tell me about Enrich. I'm not going to answer a text on Gina, how many points was, or Gina, my glow collagen, the bottle was broke. Seriously? Do you have any idea how many I get like that? Call customer support. That's not revenue generating. So I'll give you an example of how amazing customer support is. My son Alex, who's on the team, ordered accidentally, normally you would just order two packs of collagen. He ordered one 2-pack of strawberry banana and then two individual bottles. Accidentally. He should have just did two packs. Anyways, it came and he only had 2 bottles of collagen instead of 4. That's not something I'm going to help him with. Even my own offspring. You're a grown man, you're 36, call support. Now, he didn't even risk his life asking me. He knows. He knows he's self-sufficient. But he called, the reason I know what happened was he called customer support and he said, Mom, they were so amazing. All they did was ask my associate ID and hold on, I gotta admit somebody. They didn't even ask for his little packing slip. They asked nothing. They just asked him, did he still want the other 2 bottles that didn't arrive to be strawberry banana? Okay. Phyllis, do you mind muting yourself? Or I just did you, I just muted you. So customer support's amazing. When you call Tranont and you hear the initial recording, just press number one. You don't have to listen to all the recording. Press number one. You will get a human. Okay? So now I'm going to pause there and I want you in the chat. If you have any questions on what I just said, could you put them in the chat? Anything I just brought up, and I'll put a bow on that right here. Okay. I would also like to know for training, do you prefer a Saturday morning or at a weekday evening? If we do an evening, do you prefer, because I'm Central Time, that's why Tina Joy Carroll's results room is 8 p.m. Central. That poor girl's doing it 9 p.m. Tennessee time because we have people from California, of course, that it is 6 p.m. You got to keep that in mind. So I would like you to text me, do you prefer Saturday morning training or a weekday evening? You're going to text me. You're going to tell me what your time zone is, and I'm going to do the most popular. Okay? And then before I get into our training this morning, because I'm kind of setting expectations, I do expect every single one of you, if you want money, you want to make money, and you want to know what's going on, like Gina, I want to be in the know. That would be the Della chat in Facebook Messenger. That is the easiest spot for me to inform all of you numerous times a day of everything that's happening. Okay? That is up to you to check the Della chat, right? I can't possibly keep up with all of you. And then when you bring people on, okay? We're not going to use that anymore as congratulations, welcome, beautiful Phyllis to the team. It's going to purely be a spot where it is a resource. That's probably the better word. Della chat on Facebook Messenger is going to be our resource. Welcoming our new people, congratulating our new people will be on Diamond League, the Facebook group Diamond League, because Sonara personally recruited me. So from me, and all of you are part of me, right? I have so many babies and grandchildren. I have 3,000 plus of you. All of you will be on Diamond League, and that's where you're going to welcome people, see rank advancements, congratulate them. And Sonara's going to post a bunch of things there as well. Okay? All right. Now let's start with the training. Let's start the exciting stuff. All of you that just joined this morning, or there are people that are going to watch the recording before July 1st, you get to go on Bell MD. You get advance and you get to order. Okay? You have to actually text me because it's not live for me to give you a link. So I will give it to you in the text message, okay, after this meeting, and you will get to order. I've already had Jarvis, for example, do it this morning on purpose because we're going to learn a term. There is, and Jarvis always cracks me up. He says, I wear this with a badge of honor, and he should. There's a red apple. I want you to write this down and leave room for the definition. And there's a green apple. And I want you to have room for the definition. We need both on our team. Would you all agree if we made cookies and we did not have eggs in the recipe and flour, the cookie recipe wouldn't work, right? We all would agree with that. A red apple, and you all know them, no matter which one you are, actually write down rotten apple as your third. Okay? We all know this human, no matter who we are. A red apple is somebody who, in Pella windows, we call them a lay down. When we go to the home and they need three windows and a patio door, and Pella is probably the most expensive product out there, but it's worth every penny. And the customer that understands why versus just sees a price tag, because we all get what we pay for. We've all experienced that in some way of life, whether it was patio furniture you bought, a fishing pole, an eyeliner from Ulta, a tennis shoe. I don't care what it is. We have all experienced we get what we pay for. So if you understand the value behind it, you're going to want to spend more. So you only have to do it once and do it right. Or in our case with supplements, so when we swallow the capsule or drink the collagen, our body's actually absorbing, it's really doing what it is because there's thousands of enzymes out there. So if you pay $30 for your enzyme and pee it out, well, why don't you just go put $30 right in the fireplace? To me, that's super painful. I'd rather get the health benefit of what I'm taking. Okay. So, red apples are someone that they don't care. They're like, okay, stop talking. I want the three windows and the patio door. Okay, it's $48,000. Perfect. Can you just write it up? Gina, I do want Tranont. I want the Elite Bundle. Can you please stop going through every single thing? I am a red apple. Gina Della is a red apple. I don't want details. If it's from somebody I trust, that's all I need to know. Please stop talking. I don't have the attention span to listen. I seriously don't. And I've rarely made a mistake because when I'm the red apple purchase of whatever, whether it's an item, a service, or a product, it's because I went to, let's say, if it's clothing, I went to Saks Fifth Avenue and I trust the brand Adriana Papel. Okay. You see what I'm saying? If I went to the car dealership when I used to have a Mercedes before I started driving a Jeep, well, I already trust the brand Jeep. A green apple and me as a red apple, I know them, and them as a green apple know people like me. They want to know every detail. They want to understand, well, what kind of wood offerings does Pella have? Well, we actually have 12 species of wood. Most people do not want to know that, for God's sakes. Tell me about the glass package. Green apples want to know, and we better tell them. Green apples want to know every ingredient in our product, understand it. So let's take Enrich, for example. Enrich is a digestive enzyme. A green apple is going to want to know, why is ours the best? Why is there also a prebiotic and a probiotic in that same capsule? Well, thank God for green apples, because do you think us red apples know that? I have no clue. So then I got to go call Jarvis, and Jarvis has to tell me why, and then I learn it. or Jennifer, who might be shinier than me. So, for example, Missy, you don't all know Missy. Missy has saved my ass 3 years ago so many times because I'll create a document because I'm red appley and not detailed. And Missy will say, Gina, those numbers don't even add up. How did you do that? I'm like, well, I graduated with an English degree, not math, and I did the math and I should have probably used my phone. So I went and I put it all out to the team. Thank God for Missy. Missy, I'm going to give you kudos right now. Missy asked me a question a couple days ago, doesn't matter when. And she said, Gina, I'm hearing mixed messages on Bell MD that some are saying we will speak to a healthcare provider every single time. And then I'm seeing in other places we won't speak to a healthcare provider every single time. And I said, you know what, Missy, thank you for bringing that up because I was of the understanding every single time we will. So, Missy, we all need to know the answer to that question. Would you not agree? That's going to be something someone's going to ask every single time. So thank you, Missy. Missy never brings up dumb things like, why is this $35 instead of seriously, that's huge. So I go, when Missy asks me a question, because Missy does her research first, and I'm going to say Jarvis. Also, I know they did their research before they asked me the question so that I don't have to take the time to do it. So then Gina's going to go right to home office. Gina's going to ask the three owners or Craig Cotter, the VP. So the answer to the question, thank you, Missy. Every state in the country has different laws on whether or not you have to speak with a healthcare provider. So we're not going to say it's always a physician. That's different in every state. If it even has to be a physician or a healthcare provider, which could be a nurse practitioner. Every state defines what that has to be. That is not up to you and me, and that is not up to Bell MD. That is up to the individual state we all live in. Number two, if you are in a state like Tina Joy Carroll, she's in Tennessee, it may not even be a blanket rule for the state. It might depend on what county you live in. So that's interesting. So Tina lives in Nashville, but if somebody else lives in Franklin, Tennessee, they may have to talk to a healthcare provider, but not in Nashville. So depending where you are, you might get an approval right away on your product you ordered. Okay. Before I ask for questions on that, I also want you to know we have different categories of peptides and semiglutides. Okay. It is not for us, even the green apples, to teach what each peptide or GLP-1 does. We could get sued so fast our head will spin. Okay? It is a prescribed peptide or GLP-1 medication. Okay? So it is not for us. What we can do is be very general. And as these launch July 1st, we'll see more and more trainings on this. We can generally say we have the categories, of course, of weight loss, of course, wellness, longevity, healing, and sexual wellness. By the way, side note, from all the people I know in my life that are seeing social media posts, let me write social media so I don't forget that. I would have thought the number one request is going to be on my VIP for weight loss. And I bet you all think that too. It's actually been on sexual wellness because people are so shy, uncomfortable to ask. Of course, this is all confidential, so we don't know what anybody ever asks about. And so I don't know yet what it's going to look like in our back office because of HIPAA. When somebody purchases a peptide or a GLP-1 or a tirzepatide, we're going to see something where we get credit of the points because there's a point volume. And if they are a customer versus an associate, they will see how many dollars they earned. But every state's going to be different. So that's the answer to that question. I don't know what the state of Wisconsin is. I don't know what your state is, but you're all going to get a Facebook link from me today if you ask me for it via text, and we're going to find out what that looks like from cradle to grave, our own first transaction. I want to see, are there any questions on that topic? In the chat, go ahead and ask. Okay, that means I'm either talking way too long on the individual topic or I'm doing a good job being thorough in the first place. I'm going to go with the fact I'm being thorough because Jarvis doesn't even have a question. Well, Jarvis already gave me all his. It was 47 minutes long. I did my hair. Um, okay. Oh, you don't get a special thank you, Chris. You don't get a special link. I'm sorry. Chris just corrected me. This is Red Appley. It is only if you are a Ruby or above. You get to do this before July 1st. Ruby or above. Okay? Sorry. But I'll give you the answers when once we all do it from cradle to grave, once I find out what mine looks like. Because I will tell you the minute I did it this morning, I got a text and an email. So we don't ever tell people what we recommend. That is not our job. And that's the beauty of us having this. You will automatically get, I'm going to start to share my screen. Bear with me. Oh, there's chat. You all know I'm having an affair with Chat GPT. I don't know what I would do without him. Okay, here, here. Can one person or someone thumbs up or heart that you see my screen? Heather, I see your face. Shake your head yes if you see my screen. Thank you. Okay. So July 1st, you are going to see Bell MD up here. Okay, it's going to be added. Just like before we had travel, we never saw the word travel. Okay, so you will see Bell MD. Our being an associate, we have access to all of this, you guys. So when somebody says, I'm interested in peptides or GLP-1 or tirzepatides, you're just going to say, awesome. I'm going to give you my link. In my case, it is tranont.com/Gina Della. For those of you who I haven't personally signed up and you are signing up new people because you are going to go crazy. I would start recruiting like crazy right now. I always recommend on the part of sign up where you pick your own little link to your store that it is tranont.com slash your first and last name in lowercase. Because if you're meeting someone at a restaurant, um, it's easy for them to remember tranont.com/Gina Della if they know you personally, or you could just write that down and it's easy. If you own a business, if you are, let's say where Jennifer used to work and the owner of Aqua Beauty, the owner Jamie wanted to get into this, I would recommend to Jamie do tranont.com/Aqua Beauty because how easy is that? Make it as easy as possible for people. When you're signing them up and you get to the point of the form that they're filling out where it's password, proactively say when you get to the part, because I do not sign up people. Hear what I'm saying, all of you. I do not sign up people without physically sitting with them. And those of you who are my personals know this. Or if you don't live by me, we're on a Zoom and we're doing it together. This is something, everybody, that you have the opportunity to move as quickly or as slowly or in between as you want. You are all a volunteer army. You are not my employees, right? You are not Sonara's employees. You are not Tranont's employees. It's a volunteer army. The beauty about Tranont is you get to break the glass ceiling you have where you currently work based on whatever you earn, or you might just want to make enough to pay for your bad habit of Tranont. You might just want to earn $200 a month. I don't know. But what I do know is when I started, I asked Sonara, I was 58 years old, working 55 hours a week at Pella. Go map out 55 hours a week if you guys don't work that much and look what that looks like. And I'm still a mom, a grandma, and have a life. Can I earn six figures while I do this? Because that was Gina's expectation. She said yes. So I did what it took to earn six figures and I made $102,000. I don't care if you only want to earn $200, but you want to have a team. You owe it to your team to understand what that sign up looks like from cradle to grave. Okay? Don't ever sign people up with the Gina Della cap that I think you all want to earn six figures. Or if your cap is, I just want $200 a month to pay for my bad habit. Or someone who wants to earn $3,000. That's not our business. You sign up sharing properly, which we'll learn each week in training. Okay? So, password, back to that. So, when you get to that, I always say pause at the password. Before you fill out your password, many of our teammates use the password healthy with a capital H, healthy 2026 exclamation point. Healthy 2026 exclamation point. If your password, guys, is not currently healthy 2026 exclamation point and you want to change it, just on sign in, hit forgot password and change it. The reason we like to do that is if Jarvis is your Ruby leader If Missy is your ruby leader, if I am your diamond leader, whatever, and you're coming to us for help, we can go log in as if we're you and see what's going on and answer your question. And we don't see your credit card number in there, nor will you when you log into yourself. You're only going to see the last four digits. So there's nothing confidential we're seeing, but it is much easier for myself and your leader to help you by looking at your account. Gina, why? I don't understand. I had 4,000, I ended June with 4,000 group volume. Why didn't I get Jade pay? Jade's only 1,300 group volume. It is a lot easier for me to teach you and show you where the full picture was of why you earned what or what was the miss. Or Gina, my teammate Tom, I felt like he should have hit Opal for the $38,000 bonus on that part of the tier. What happened? If I already know Tom's password, if you guys start duplicating this, I can go log into Tom myself as if I'm Tom, share a screen with you, and see why, what happened. Okay. Um, so I want to first see, I'm going to stop sharing. Any questions on that or anything I just talked about? Okay. Let's talk about how we recruit like crazy before June 1st. How does that sound? I'd love to see lots of hearts. I have helped recruit, I'll say Jennifer Jarvis. I've had many of you. You know who I've helped. You've reached out to me. In the last 8 days, every single person who has brought a true interested person in doing the business, not somebody who wants to um, try glow, people who would like to start making money in the business. We have over 22 elite bundles. There is not one person I have helped that we have gotten less than an elite bundle. Why do I tell you that? Some of you just got a stomach ache. You shouldn't. Obviously, the 22 people didn't have a stomach ache. You should have a stomach ache when you're not asking me to do it with you and helping you do it properly. And I'll tell you the number one complaint at home office is people saying the person who brought me on just showed me a starter pack and said I could start this business for $39 or $209, and they were never even shown the elite bundle. They want to make money in this business. The elite bundle comes with 500 points. Many of them already know and want to bring on their family. Do not shop or recruit with your pocketbook. We recruit properly to build a business and duplicate. It is not up to you whether they decide they want an elite bundle or not. Susan Kane, who is on here, we had a big group of people a couple weeks ago. She drove all the way south, 2 hours. And what she said as an associate to the group, when I showed the elite bundle, and by the way, that night we only signed up elite bundles also. I didn't even include that in the 22. She said that is her biggest area of remorse because she was not taught or even introduced to the elite bundle, and she would have done that in a heartbeat. when we teach you what it is, and right now it's not even $9.99, it's $900. I want you to remember Jennifer Dowd, our top person in the company, her brother bought a franchise for crumble cookie, the delicious cancer causing, diabetes causing, fat, caloric, delicious that I'll eat one a month. I do. Crumble cookie. He paid $500,000 for that franchise, and that was before he even got the dough. Okay. He is in the red for years. I started because it was properly presented to me with the Elite Bundle because I wanted to start a business. I made $102,000 my first 11 months on 6 to 8 hours a week. That's my job as your diamond to help you with that until you can duplicate it in your sleep. You're never bothering me, ever. I will help you every single time when you have a true person that wants to do the business. Okay? How do we know if they're a true person that wants to do the business? Well, some of them are super duper obvious. They say, I want to do the business and I want to make money. And then some, I'm going to start creating my own YouTube videos that will be a 9 minute or 10 minute one that gives them a flavor. I'm going to do the longer version because executives and C-suite executives, I can tell you they need more than 9 minutes. Okay. So I'm going to give you two versions, minimum, maybe three. I'm going to do that next week for you. And you're going to first have them listen if they haven't said, yes, I want to do this with you. I'm all in. And I'm going to give you those videos. When people watch it, you're going to ask them, are you interested afterwards of doing the business? Because I'm going to connect you with Gina. I don't care where you are on my team, you guys. I don't care if you have a Ruby leader. I don't care. Okay. I will do it for you. You will know if they're worth my time and they're serious. And I'm going to get, I'm finishing it up today, Calendly. So you are going to see different options of what an appointment would look like with me. Okay. And we do know when we're presenting properly the business, when I'm doing it with you and for you in person or Zoom, it is 90 minutes because they get to ask questions. They're going to have questions. We're not just going to talk at them. I'm not just talking at them. Okay. Um, so I'm going to pause there. Any questions about that with me helping you? Any stomach aches about Elite and why? Because I'll address them. Don't be afraid. That's the other thing I want to say to you guys while you're maybe typing in the chat. I'm not going to say the person's name on here. I have the most wonderful teammate of mine. I'm going to say mine because she's part of my 3,000 team. She reached out to me. She went all the way up to home office. Wasn't getting support she needed or wanted, maybe, because someone might have signed you up, you guys, and it's wonderful. They signed you up because you were interested, but they're actually an associate, but really just doing it so they get their 8 to 10% discount. Perfect. So they didn't even know how to onboard you or get you to me. This person was assertive enough to go all the way to home office to get to me. That is amazing. I want all of you to feel I have an open door. If you know you want to work this and really move up in the ranks, you will privately message me on a text and say, Gina, I want you to work with me. And I want to know on a scale of 1 to 5, Five meaning, Gina, I'm a 10 out of five. I want to be a diamond. I will do whatever you tell me to do. Okay. You're going to text that to me and I will work. You'll see what we'll do separately. Okay. Now I'm going to share my screen because we've been doing this for an hour. At After I show my screen, I am going to open it up for questions and comments after I do social media training right now. So I don't want you to think it's just talk, talk, talk. But I thought for our first time together, we got to get some basics because you all have asked me certain questions. Let's just get them all done right away. All right, I'm going to share my screen. I'm going to go to my Facebook. You can see I have 8,000 screens open. Okay. I'm going to go to my Facebook. I'm going to see whose face I can see. Heather, do you see my screen? Facebook. Perfect. I'm minusing you all out so I don't see you and I can see my whole screen. Okay. And some of this is going to be, you already know it. You guys, you're all going to be leaders. You already are leaders. It doesn't matter what your rank is. You don't need a gem of a certain gem after your name to be considered a leader. I want you to remember that. Some of us are born leaders. And if you feel like you're that leader and you want to help a team, you have to remember repetition is the best training you can give. Tranont, there's a lot of pieces to Tranont. It's going to take more than one time. It's going to take more than 5 times, maybe more than 10 times for people to learn. Okay? Don't get frustrated. Remember when you started or how you feel now. It's overwhelming. So, repetition is the best teacher. And as I teach you some of these things, you might have thought you knew it, and all of a sudden it's like, oh, I didn't know that part. Okay. Lesson number 1, write this down. Oh, to finish apples, a rotten apple. I didn't finish the definitions. A rotten apple is the person that no matter how many questions you answer, no matter how many PDFs you've shared, no matter what you do, they find still something wrong with it. You can't win. I'm going to tell you one of the last things I did in May as the vice president of Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin was I told somebody who was a prospective $300,000 customer, I want you to digest that for a minute. How many windows are in each of your homes and patio doors? $300,000 prospective customer. You know what? I don't think we're for you. I don't think Pella's the right company for you. You might just want to keep doing your own research and the 5 days worth of questions you've had and concerns and objections. I don't think we're right for you. You might want to go call Anderson or Marvin. Because guess what? In all of your lives, have you ever worked with somebody in some capacity that it just wasn't worth it anymore? Like it wasn't worth their business or your team members' business. It just wasn't worth it. That's the rotten apple. We're never going to make them happy. Okay? Never. So, with that said, lesson number 1, you'll see birthdays. The way Facebook works is if you private message somebody, happy birthday, versus go on their page The algorithm's going to think you have a stronger relationship with that person. So you're going to want to wish them happy birthday in two spots on their wall here. And you're going to click who's having a birthday. Today it is Lynn's birthday. This is so funny. I purposely saved these to do this together. Let me move this bar out of the way. Lynn Marie. Lynn Marie, who knows? Look what she wrote. We didn't, it might be someone of your 4,000 Facebook friends you don't really know Lynn Marie. Let's talk about Lynn Marie for a second. She's obviously my personal friend. It's her birthday. I actually just recruited, I didn't know today was her birthday. I recruited her 2 weeks ago. Lynn Marie has been watching me for 1 year. This is a God moment that she's one of the birthdays. She's never liked anything I've done with a mark. She's never loved anything I've done with a mark. I mean, like love. She's never commented on anything I've ever done. Don't know who she is. She reached out to me, I don't know, I'd have to look at my messenger, 2.5 weeks ago. Gina, I would like to learn more. Now I'm feeling stupid, being complete. You'll always know Gina's Gina, right? Those of you who know me personally, I am who I am. I'm thinking, look at this beautiful woman, Lynn Marie. Do I know her personally? There's no last name there. I I so now I go into Facebook Messenger. So now I go onto her Facebook page, you guys. I click it. I start scrolling. I'm like, I don't think I know her personally. Go back into Facebook, and this is where I should have asked my boyfriend, how do I properly address Lynn Marie in Facebook Messenger? I'm so sorry. Do we know each other personally? Are you someone who follows me? I didn't. I just went in and I said, Hi, Lynn. I'm so excited to connect with you. This is my cell phone number. Thank you for reaching out via Messenger. What is your last name? I want to put it in my contacts correctly in my phone. And I'm going to reach out to you in text and we'll set up a time we can have a call together. Ends up, I didn't know her. She followed me or friended me or whatever. We had a communication back and forth. I said, I'm so excited to share this information with you. I didn't know if she wanted to be a customer or do the business. So I shared because I don't have my own one yet because of my accident, an updated YouTube video. I gave her Sonara's 9 minute because I don't know her personally. Is she an executive? Is she a stay-at-home mom that has 6 kids? Is she all of what you do? Anything in between? I don't know her personality enough, so I'm going to start with the short video. And I said, I want you to watch this and then let me know, are you interested in doing the business or are you interested in being a customer after watching this? I'm going to be completely thorough on this training right now. Because she reached out to me personally, had she said to me, I'm interested in being a customer, I want you all to know I have over 3,000 people on my team. I have less than 20 customers. Digest what I just said. I have over 3,000 people on my team, and I have less than 20 customers. Okay. So had she said, I want to be a customer, I would have said perfect. I want to get a Zoom together. You're going to notice I still do the same thing. I want to do a Zoom together and I want to find out what your concerns are so that I know what are the perfect products to lead you to. Okay? Because guess what? If she's my customer and I don't get to know her by talking to her and finding out what she's wanting, or getting to know her to even know that, well, okay, so if I talk to her about enriched enzymes, I never knew she already maybe was on a probiotic or prebiotic. I get to ask her, do you currently take those? Ask her different questions. I'm not creating the perfect product bundle, our own little Lynn Marie bundle for her, and it's not going to work. And do you think she's going to reorder every month? Is she going to be a consistent customer? Of course not. Do any of you continue to order any of all the infomercial products you've done over the course of years if it didn't work? No. So I need to meet her as a customer, had she said, I want to be a customer. So now I walk through those products, I explain each one, I get to know her more because I listen to learn, not to reply. Many of you are interrupters. You interrupt. How many times has someone said, you nope, that's not where I was going? Stop interrupting. You make people have angst. Now I listen to learn about what she wants, and then I get to ask her based on what she said other questions. All of a sudden she says, not in this case, but she could say, I'm a breast cancer survivor. That opens up, or any type of cancer survivor, that opens up our discussion for Renew, for example, which is different training. So now I'm all done and I make Lynn's, we talk and she's a customer and I say, okay, Lynn, I want you to, and I've shared my screen. I've shown her each product so she can, Psychology of Sales can see the Glow liquid collagen. I show her the nutrition label. We show her why ours is the best. I don't have to cut down anybody else's product. She can see. It's 11 grams of peptide. It's not what she ordered on the infomercial or is buying at Costco. It's 40 calories only. It's 10 grams of bovine derived protein. 10. Blah, blah, blah. She sees the value. It's not a price tag. I built value and trust. Well, now you can't take collagen if you are not taking our enriched digestive enzyme. If you're over 25, you're not even absorbing it. I explain that. I teach her. My average customer sale is about 8 products in the cart, and they called me for one. No longer is about price. It's about the temple that God only gave you one of. Okay? So then I say to Lynn, let me ask you a question, Lynn. Do you belong to, and I hope you're all writing this down or re-listen to this video. Do you belong to Costco, Sam's, or are you an Amazon Prime customer or a Netflix subscriber? I ask all 4 things right off the bat because it covers every category. Do you belong to Costco, Sam's, Amazon Prime, or Netflix? I have never in my life had somebody that doesn't do any of them. Are there exceptions to every rule? Eventually, I'll find an exception. So, rotten apples are going to find the one exception. Okay? She says, I belong to Costco and I do Amazon. Perfect. Okay, Costco, you go once a year to renew, you get a membership when you walked in their doors and you paid a membership fee, right? Right. You joined Amazon Prime, it's $139 so that you could have shipping for free every single time you order, right? Right. We get those yeses. Okay. So now you paid $139. If you only ordered 10 times in the year, you actually paid $13.90 on shipping. Nobody ever thinks through that, right? If you only walk in the doors of Costco 6 times, you joined Costco so that you could get a discount on the products. Depending how many items you bought in your 6 trips to Costco, you might have paid your $165 membership. I don't know. But in Tranont, you can join for $39. And what that gets you is you're now, for lack of a better word, a member. What do you get for that? A little baby business that you'll probably never use based on what you told me, but you may. Just like Sam's Club or Costco. Now you get to use it as a business that you don't even have, but you may someday. I don't know. Do you see how I'm overcoming objections before I ever hear from them? And this is still all off of the birthday note, guys. So now, okay, you're going to get an 8 to 10% discount every time you order those beautiful products we just created for you. You're going to pay back your $39 in 1 to 2 times of even ordering. Doesn't it seem to make more sense? Watch how I ask the question. I invite a yes answer. This is the benefit you get of me being in sales. Doesn't it make more sense to pay that $39 like you do for the Costco membership you talked about in Amazon Prime so that you can get that extra savings? Perfect. Let's sign you up as now you'll become what's called an associate versus a member. Everybody calls it different. At Netflix, you're a subscriber, and we'll get you going on your products. Let's do that together. I show her the website. I bring her to the bundles. I bring her to the bundles. She's still a customer. The bundle depends on what we already had chosen for her and what her concerns were. She's already trusting me. We're now like an hour into the conversation. So maybe it's starter bundle because she has high cholesterol. She's pre-diabetic, blah, blah, blah. So it makes more sense to start with this bundle for you, Lynn. And you also said you absolutely need vitamin D2, D3, and K. We're going to a la carte some things in a different screen. So now I have a new associate and I'm bringing her to as we're checking out, I've got her to explore more products. We're going to add a couple things she still needs. And then we're going to check out and make it a subscription. Now she's no longer a customer to me. She's an associate based on how she signed up. How many of you watching this started that very same way? Because I know some of you who are on here. And then people started asking you, wow, you look really good. What are you doing? How did you do this? How did you get your hair back? How come you don't hurt anymore? And all of a sudden now you give them your link and you're actually utilizing this as a business. And everything you've purchased because you signed up as an associate instead of a customer is a tax write-off. Okay? So Lynn reached out to me via Facebook Messenger, and now that's the story on Lynn. How do you become more connected? So now Lynn is already my person. So I'm going to write, happy birthday, Lynn. I didn't know it was your birthday. I'm so excited you are part of the team. Now I know why you said you couldn't attend this training. and wanted to watch the replay. Okay? She's a team member. She wasn't 3 weeks ago. I have no idea who Robert Sclair is. No idea. And I'm going to show you why. So for him, it already, if you do this on your computer versus your phone, it already fills in stuff that all you have to do is press send. If it's on your phone, you'll manually do it. So now Robert's going to get that personal message, which is going to make an algorithm look like we're best friends, and he's going to tend to see more of my stuff. So now I'm going to take the time to look up Robert, whatever we just said his name was, right there, Robert Sclair. I'm going to go on his page. Now I did it both ways, makes it extra strong for algorithm. I don't know who Robert is, but he already has 2.1, 2,000 people he's friends with. So now he's not part of Tranont. So I always tell people if people friend you and they are in Tranont already and they're not on your team, you don't need more Tranont friends because it's just going to bring more and more algorithm of Tranont, and you're going to feel like the whole world does Tranont, which is a joke because we're only a $500 million company and we're in 10 countries. Pella Windows and Doors of Wisconsin is a $150 million company, and that's just our state. We're a $9 billion company, heavy in the Midwest, and we close all day long appointments. So we are so far from being saturated, but you're going to feel like that if you keep allowing people who are already in Tranont to friend you, only if they're on your team or they are a top leader like myself, Tina Joy Carroll, etc. Your own Ruby leader. They're your leader, okay? Now, how else do we grow in social media? I'm going to go back to my home page so you can see I am friends with Tina Joy. She popped right up there. I want to know what Tina Joy is doing every single day. She's going to be a blue diamond. That's the person's behavior I want to duplicate. Okay, so let's scroll, see more. Okay, I can copy and paste this. So I'm going to copy it. If you do not pay $20 a month for ChatGPT or Claude or whichever one of the AI tools, I would highly recommend it. You can write it off on your taxes. I'm going to move over to Claude in a couple weeks when I have time to learn it. Currently, I am at Chat. If you do the free version, they only let you do it, I think, 3 times a day. So obviously for me, I'm having an affair. So you can only imagine how often I'm with Chat. So now I'm going to copy and paste it. And then after it, I'm going to say, please make this my own. Actually, I put a colon mark here. Sorry. Please make this my own post after the colon, not colon, colon, because I will be put in Facebook jail if I completely, it's okay, I have a spelling error, I have a broken wrist and elbow. Copy and paste. Plus, you now know my personality. Okay. Before I hit go, quite honestly, my chat GPT knows every time I say copy and paste it, make it my own. I told it to remember that in its memory every time. I don't have to tell it every single time anymore. Okay, so it just did it for me. I also call now I don't like how long it is. I know from Pella social media, it's too long. No one's reading that. Please make it still very convincing, but much shorter. Add, sorry, sorry, a few more emojis for color to stand out and open the post with an emoji. The reason I told it to do that is when it says see more, if you start with a colorful emoji and a strong opening and they only see the one line and then it says see more to bring it all down, they're more apt to open it. Okay, confession. That's all they're going to see. Okay, what's your flippin' confession? You think they're going to not open that? I love it. Okay. You don't have to spend too much time. It's 5 minutes a day once you get used to this in the morning and then at night. I want you to put in your notes. You are going to post twice a day, come hell or high water. If you want to earn money, there should never be a day, 7 days a week, you are not posting twice a day. Because all you have to do is go on people you trust and copy and paste and do what I'm showing you. Obviously, once you know how to do it, it doesn't take long. I'm teaching you. Oops. Okay. Sorry. Please understand my hands don't work like yours right now. Okay. Copy. Go back to my Facebook. Now I want to go to me, right? What's on my mind? I'm going to paste it. Okay. And now I'm going to upload some photos. I'm going right into my camera roll. Let's see. For the sake of this lesson, I'm just going to reuse this as a picture because it gives me a lesson to teach you in one swoop here. So I could have used any picture, right? But the reason I chose this for you guys is so you don't have to watch me scroll for a million years. You're going to make your own Tranont pictures in a camera roll that you want to be able to pull from quickly. This was a graphic that was already made for us on Tranont Mentoring. That's another Facebook group you want to join, Tranont Mentoring. And I uploaded the picture to my photos. I don't remember whose picture was in it at the time. Then I went to Chat GPT and I uploaded my headshot from an award I won. It can be any headshot. It doesn't matter, you guys. And I said, please put my headshot in this graphic. And it did it all for me. So that's how I got this. And then I saved it to my album. So now I have my post for today. I have a picture. And now I'm going to hit post. Okay. All these people that I have said happy birthday to over months and months and months that I don't even know, are seeing me because it thinks I'm best friends with them because not only did I do their page, their wall, I did a private message. This is why I earn ten to $17,000 a month in Tranont while I worked a full-time job. Because to me, this is not rocket science, it's commitment and consistency. Someone still has their microphone on. If you don't mind turning it off, whoever just joined. So now I want you to show you something on Facebook. If you don't know how to see all your past posts, you're actually going to click the picture of yourself. Okay. I changed this, what everybody sees about me. I asked ChatGPT what would be somewhat more engaging to put for people to see. And then I edited it and I changed it. And then I can see all of the posts I just did. Okay. You can see this wasn't an AI generated post. This isn't just another product launch. It's the beginning of something bigger. That's already strong in itself. I don't need an emoji there. Grabbed from my pictures. A couple you have asked, how do you do the words on here? I'm going to come clean. For Pella, I paid somebody $1 million a year to do all of our stuff through our company. I'm learning Facebook just like you are. What I just taught you, that's all I know. I pay somebody, she's 25 and probably came out of the womb knowing how to do social media. I paid her $500 a month to do this for me. She has access to all of my life. Now that I'm doing Tranont full time, I'm going to, over the course of the weeks, all of you, do YouTube videos because I'm self-sufficient. I'm not going to depend on anybody. I'm going to ask it and ChatGPT, how do I do this? And I'm going to take this picture, I'm going to copy and paste it, maybe tomorrow, and say, can you teach me how would I have put the word, because it already knows Coral does my stuff. How did I do this? How would I do this myself and put the words? Or I'll go on Google and say, how can you give me a YouTube video that's going to teach me how to put words on my Facebook? How do I make a story? How do I make a reel? And then I'm also going to get to know more and more and more of you now that we're back doing regular trainings. And you're going to private text me and say, "Gina, I'm the queen, I'm the king of social media. I'd love to do a training on it." And then that's going to be, guess what? Someone says, I actually already have 10 of you on my text that said I need to learn about social media. So I can already tell you our next training is going to be on social media, and I'm not going to be doing it. You guys are going to be doing it, whoever is really good at it. Okay. So how am I going to make money right off the bat? Getting customers and recruits. You are going to post every single day, twice a day, come hell or high water. I can lead you to water. I cannot make you drink it. I cannot make you be consistent. Just like me with my daily health system. I never missed it, no matter where in the world I was. A Bucks game, a grad party, driving 4 hours to camping. I made my stuff. If I wouldn't have access to water, I brought 3 bottled waters with me so I could mix it up in my blender cup. I can't make you do it. That's why Jarvis looks so freaking awesome. And I know you've heard me talk about Jarvis. He's one of my best friends for 3 decades. I'm going to tell you something about Jarvis. You want to know a busy human? He doesn't use that as an excuse. We're all busy. His health became far more important. Jarvis, you'll be learning a lot from many people on my team. He's very healthy. He works at GE Healthcare. He's one of the busiest people I know. He's on this training. He did not know 4 days ago I was doing this training. Okay. It's just an example. We prioritize. I didn't prioritize exercise. Had I bet I wouldn't have broken bones right now. I'm going to be a whole different person. Okay. So now what else? I want you to look at Tranont Mentoring. These are the groups you're going to join. We already talked about it. Diamond League, here's your visual. Legacy Makers. You're not seeing Power Players on here because she's in jail. And then you want to also be a member of Tranont Mentoring. Ask to join it. Okay, I'm going to click up here because obviously I'm a member. Every time you recruit a new person, everybody, please have them follow me. Please have them follow me or friend me. Facebook only lets you have 5,000 friends. So once a week, I go in and get rid of friends that I don't want because they're all Tranont people that are not on my team and have them join the things we just talked about. And I will add them to the Della Chat Facebook Messenger. I can't do it if they're not my friend. Here we are on Tranont Mentoring. Right here is media you can use. Here's the graphic. Save it, and you will tell, we already know it's compliant. You will tell AI to now put you in the picture, or if you don't want to be there, just copy and paste it and it's your graphic. Okay? Sips of Summer. These glasses are beautiful. If you haven't seen these yet, they're only through June 30th while supplies last. They're gorgeous. Jarvis tends to get pink. I'm not sure why. Jarvis, if you got pink, I'll trade you. They're beautiful though, in all seriousness. Okay. So anytime you see a graphic from Tranont Mentoring, you don't have to worry if it is compliant. How do we get more friends? Here, eventually when you scroll down, you know the part where it says it recommends friends to you? I don't know why it's going to take so long. But if you're on Facebook, you know the part where it shows all different people and it recommends friends to you. You are going to click on them. And if they are not already in Tranont, if they are not already in Tranont, you're going to friend them. We don't care if we know them. I did not know Lynn Marie. Maybe I friended her at some point because I did what I'm teaching you, or she friended me. I don't know. So I sure hope this is a good start to social media. I gave you enough to copy and paste for a long time. The other thing is, if you are in the Della chat, and if I am not friends with you right now on Facebook, you need to friend me. I will send you the Telegram app, and I want you to download on your phone from your app store Telegram. And then I can't do it via text. I will for some reason, I don't know why, I will private message you the Tranont Telegram app, which is even more graphics to use. I am now going to zip it, and I want you, maybe let's use, if you move your cursor to the bottom, it shows raise hand so that it's not all at one time. I'm going to stop the recording. Okay. But I want you to ask questions by raising your hand. And I don't care if I'm on here till 5 p.m. I'm going to answer every one of your questions.